After becoming Asia's richest man, Gautam Adani is understandably on cloud nine. And while floating on this cloud, he has hatched a plan to conquer the skies through the aviation business. No, he isn't launching an airline yet. He is bullish on airports. But why? Welcome back to Revolution Read On, a daily podcast where we break down one story from the world of business and finance. Click on the subscribe button to never miss an update from us. Here's your story for today. Adani Enterprises Limited is fast getting hold of a lot of our airports. Huh? Our government is privatizing a lot of airports, allowing private players to control operations for 50 years because it believes that privatization can help increase their revenue potential. And Adani, whose motto seems to be go big or go home, has managed to gain control over every single one of the airports that the government has privatized till date. Regulators like Niti Aayog protested this decision as it could expose the company to a huge financial risk because airports are a risky business. But Adani eats risk for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, AEL now controls 7 airports. It had already taken control of the Mumbai airport from the GVK Group in 2020. And the government is going to privatize more airports, which could also come under Adani's control soon. But are airports really that lucrative? Does this investment make sense for Adani? Yes, because India's aviation sector is set to grow at the fastest pace in Asia over the next few years. That's because with more budget airlines coming into the picture, a lot more Indians are going to take to the skies. And all of these Indians will have to pass through the airport where they'll buy books, clothes, gifts, etc. for themselves and the people waiting for them on the other end. That's what Adani is banking on. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, how many people buy stuff from airports? Isn't it more expensive? That's what we thought, but we guess travelers' guilt is real and people buy an insane amount of things from the airport. In fact, the retail shops in Delhi and Mumbai airports make 2 to 2.5x more revenue than regular retail shops in the city. And the airport retail industry is set to grow to be worth $9.3 billion in 2030, up from $1.4 billion in 2019. To make sure that this happens, the Adani Group is investing 10,000 crore rupees in the Ahmedabad airport. They are planning on making it a regional hub which connects to all the other smaller airports in Gujarat. It is making such a huge bet on Ahmedabad airport because the city is fast emerging as a financial capital where a number of industries are booming. Plus, there's a huge influx of tourists into the city, which can be measured by the fact that Ahmedabad's hotel rooms are growing at a CAGR of 8.59%. But Adani is not happy having just one slice of the aviation pie. It wants it all. So, ADSTL, an arm of Adani Enterprise, is also getting into the airline maintenance, repair, and overhaul. That's MRO business. And it is going about it in the most Adani way possible, through acquisition. It has acquired Airworks, one of India's oldest, biggest, and most diversified MRO companies, for 400 crore rupees. But why invest in MRO now? The Indian MRO space is very scattered at the moment. There are a few players in this space, but most of them are small scale and don't get enough traction to make profits. Because 85% of Indian airlines are still choosing foreign MRO companies for repairs. If a big player like Adani enters and consolidates the existing players, then we can ensure that our airlines get the best MRO facilities right here at home. And this will also help Adani's defense ambitions. You see, Adani is also trying to get into the defense space through joint ventures with drone companies. But an MRO business would also help the company enter this space because military aircrafts also need repair and maintenance. To ensure this happens, Adani is also planning to buy stake in other MRO companies. And it also eventually wants to handle all the ground operations at the airport. Looking at this pattern, Adani will also probably enter the retail space and open his stores in the airport, controlling every aspect of the airport business. This way, even if Adani loses the lease to control the airport after 50 years, he will still be making money off the airport. Genius, right? Now, our only question is the Adani Group spreading itself too thin, with its hand in too many pies at once? For now, it's a wrap on your story for today. Thank you for listening to this episode. We'll be back on Monday.